Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Juggernaut, and it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to base building in STALKER Anomaly. Specifically, in STALKER Anomaly Escape from Pripyat, though the exact same mod works with STALKER Gamma as well, which is the, other popular Anomaly mod pack. Basically, both introduce a long list of mods, something like 200 plus, in both of the mod packs, with tons of different AI improvements, weapons, quests, millions of different mechanics. If you're more interested in Escape from Pripyat, the mod pack, I have a lengthy Let's Play of the mod on my channel. You can find it in the playlist section on my channel. I'll probably pin it somewhere down in the comments or in the description below as well, but that's not so much important for this video. For now, we're looking at base building in Escape from Pripyat, or, really in Anomaly anywhere. And here it is. So, there is a little bit of nuance to the mod. You can craft different things, you can get different upgrades for your base, etc, etc, but the gist of the base building system is this. You get to place stuff anywhere you want, and not only that, the outline is a little bit rough around the edges, but it works. There you go. It's as simple as that. You get the items you want in your inventory, and you place them down. There are buttons to basically twist and turn these things, so if you want to rotate it or anything. I find it mostly alright just like this, without having to actually rotate it with the hotkeys. If you're running Anomaly, you have about 70 different hotkeys for different weapon mechanics and stuff like that. You don't want to clutter your keyboard too much, so I find it perfectly fine to just rotate them like that. But there you go. Basically, the way the base building system works is you can just place stuff around, and that's it. There is no mechanic to make sure, well, initially at least, there is no mechanic to make sure that your base doesn't get invaded, or that nothing spawns in your base, or something along those lines. Again, I say there isn't. Well, there isn't a thing you can put down to make it so, but there are some things you can do. What I mean by that is there are... Okay, turn it on. I need matches for that, never mind. There are, by the way, different ways you can light up your base as well, so you don't have to use the headlamp like I'm doing right now, but for the primitive base, a headlamp will do. So I've decided to set mine up here in the mercenary base. It's the most safe location for me as a mercenary. It's guarded by a crap ton of well-armed people, and it's a fine base location. However, if you are more of a loner, there are other options. For example, you can set up your base literally anywhere on the map, so you can do it in the middle of Red Forest. Why you would do that is a bit of a complicated question, I suppose. This is don't really know what to tell you about that, but you can do it. You can also set it up in the middle of Pripyat. Now, here's where things get interesting. There is, like I said, no mechanic to stop things from spawning in your base, but the spawn locations in Anomaly are roughly more or less set, and what I mean by that is, for example, I know for a fact that nothing spawns in Pripyat inside of these buildings. Right? I think inside of these it does, but on the buildings on the outskirts of... this is just straight up Pripyat. Nothing spawns. Similar over here, there's a couple of buildings where things can spawn, and usually they are marked on the map. Right now they're not, because I've never been up here with this character, but I think, if I remember correctly, this is a building where stuff can spawn. This is where Monolith have their base. But, for example, along these buildings down here, nothing can spawn, so you can set up your base there and light it up, and nothing will get in it. Now, the AI will not loot your stashes, because all of the inventory and all of the containers in the base act like stashes. So there you go, it's basically a stash. Nothing can come here and grab your stuff, but it is a little bit annoying to find a chimera in the middle of your base. If anything, it is a little bit realistic, but that's basically the gist of the base building system. We can go over here and approach the workbench, so we can access stash of the workbench. There you go. We can pick it up, or we can use the workshop, and it works pretty much like any other workshop in the game, except for this one, you don't actually have to pay to use it. You can repair your armor, you can fix up your weapons, etc., etc. Pretty much anything you want to do, you can. You can craft different things, ammo, explosives, just like a regular workbench. And there are more objects you can plop down, obviously. But how do you actually install this mod? Well, it's simple enough. It's nothing too complicated. I will leave a link down to the mod description page on ModDB down in the comments, or actually, sorry, on ModDB down in the comments below. And you can actually find the full tutorial and everything down there with illustrations and everything, but a very quick version is you need two things. You need to download the mod itself, which, again, link in the description below, and you need to download the modded exe files. Thing is, how mods like this work in the 21st century on a game that's ridiculously old, on an engine that's holding together with nothing more than Slavic magic and the sheer ferocity and will of the developers, is beyond me. But somehow they've managed to squeeze in, or squeeze out one last bit of content, not even one last bit of content, but like another bit of content from the mod, and somehow they got this to work. But in order to get it to work properly and not crash and have errors and stuff like that, you need to download those modded EXEs, which basically expand the function of the game, and they are needed for more advanced mods to work, such as the base building mod. So that's basically what you need to do. You need to install those things manually, the EXEs, and then you use a mod organizer, or rather the mod organizer in these cases, for installing the base building mod itself, and that's it. That's about it. It will tell you that you need to overwrite something with the mod organizer. If it asks you to overwrite, do it. If not, don't poke the bear. Like I said, it's barely holding on for dear life, but it works. I've been playing around it for about an hour, or rather with it for about an hour, and I have had no crashes whatsoever. And that's about it, honestly. So I do have some expert tools here I might want to sell and a couple of other things, so I'm going to go ahead and do that downstairs with Dushman, and also I'm going to show you some of the stuff that you can buy from him. Obviously, I already have bought some things from him, but there's a couple of more here for you to see. So there is a portable keyboard. Yes, there is. A luxury installation not often found in the zone. You can just plop it down, placeable item. Matter of fact, most of the items you can find for your base, they're going to have this tag called placeable item. So, for example, a gun case, void of any weaponry, provides more space than can be conventional backpacks at the cost of weight. A radio, a metal torch, gas lamp, and then stuff down here is mostly just weapons and ammunition. I don't think there's much in the way of base building for now. There are, I believe, more things that you can unlock and plop down, and the mod will get updates and stuff like that in the future as well. It is not dead mod, it is being worked on, but the point is this is mostly a proof of concept, right? The point is, this works. You can put down a exoskeleton repair kit, so you can use this for presumably capacity and size of monsters useful when reused as storage. Yeah, well, there you go, you can reuse it as storage. There is also this, a compact psi light. It's 50,000 rubles, low electric power consumption, uses a moonlight artifact, and uses Gauss batteries as fuel. Honestly, it sounds terrifying. I'm not sure I want to play around with it, though I will grab myself a radio and hopefully play some music upstairs for myself. And yes, there is an add-on. Add-on. You just select the option if you wanted to for the radios in your base to play music. I don't see why you wouldn't want that unless you're streaming or replaying the game for YouTube, in which case copyrights could be an issue, but even in those situations you can just turn everything off. Anywho, that's about it. You just literally just right-click and place item anywhere you want, and it works really, really shockingly well. As you can see, I can actually place it... Well, okay, that was a little bit embarrassing. Let's try it again, but I can actually place it on furniture and stuff. It's not janky at all, and you can play around, obviously, with stuff like this a fair bit. So let's try and put it there. It's bouncing off the cup is the problem. It's not really seeing the cup properly. Well, you know, you will have to maybe. I put it on the edge of the table. Good God, I can't just put it on the floor, but I'm trying to make a point. I probably put it on the workbench as well, but this seemed like a cute place to put it, so I wanted to do it here. There you go, it's behind the cup and it works perfectly. Voila. And there you go. There's a ton of different radio stations. Radio Bonfire, for example. Play. Radio Jazz, so on and so forth, but I don't want to get copyright struck, so let's not fiddle around with that too much right now. And there you go, that's about it. This is, like I said, the bare bones of it so far. There's more things are going to be added and so on and so forth, but in the practical sort of era, in the practical side of things, this effectively replaces the need to keep all your stuff in inconveniently placed hidden boxes like this. This is where I've been storing all of the stuff that I don't use and don't immediately need, but also don't want to sell because I use them later. As you can see, there's a lot. There's different types of armors, helmets, repair kits, loads and loads of different weapons, magazines, etc., etc., ammo, tools, and so on and so forth. It's not even that much. I mean, I've cleared it out recently, so yeah. I now need to add more stuff into the stash. But, for once, you can actually move all of this to your base and set up a permanent residence inside the zone. Now, it's not exactly on the same level as something like the Escape from Tarkov base building with, you know, having your own private range, having your own bed generator, etc., but it is the framework for something like that. I mean, if you can place down a radio and a workbench, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be able to place down something like a couch, a sofa, a TV, a chair. I mean, you don't get much use out of a TV, but like a chair or a proper bed or I don't know, target for you to shoot at different ranges and stuff if you want to. Yeah, it's just, you know, it just works and it's honestly just phenomenal. So yeah, there you go. That's about it. Let's actually just show this as well. I'm going to put down all of this here, and as you can see, the stashes are not connected, but each of them is separate and works pretty much exactly as you would expect. That's about it. Alright, if you have any questions about installing the mod, if you have any questions about, well, anything really, please feel free to ask down in the comments below. I will answer as many of them as I can to the best of my abilities. Oh yeah, is the different stuff you can craft here as well. You can make a radio or a metal torch. I think that's about it for now. Maybe with a few manuals and stuff, I might be able to craft some more things, but don't know. I will have to experiment with that. And perhaps do a follow-up video a bit later. Anywho, that's it from me for now. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents. Escape from Pripyat has base building now, and I'm here for it. It's awesome. See you around. Have fun. Take care. Bye bye.